what if I told you, hidden in plain sight, all around the world, even in your own neighborhood, there may be a forgotten and abandoned supercar, sometimes in barnyards, sometimes in garages, and sometimes even sewers. You may be curious as to who and why would leave these things behind. Well, stick around because we have the craziest answers. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Fonzie from Exotic Rubber, and today we are bringing you some of the most crazy finds on the internet. But first, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, MyBookie, your one-stop shop for all your betting needs. With baseball season finally back in full swing, MyBookie has a wide range of betting options to bet on your favorite teams and players. You can also take advantage of MyBookie Money Bag, which gives you the chance to bet at insanely boosted odds. So if you love free money and you love betting, sign up to MyBookie and use promo code RUBBER to secure a first deposit bonus of up to $1,000. A barn find, according to Google, is a car, aircraft, or motorcycle that has been rediscovered in places such as barns, sheds, and even underground. The one of 6 Bugattis ever made, the Coupe de Ville Binder, was not in a barnyard at all. It was actually hidden underground in a Paris sewer for around 20 years during World War II. I guess you could say it was kind of like a shitty hiding spot. You know what I mean? Anybody? Hey,
who man's is this?
But it wasn't, because the Nazis never found it. It was supposed to be delivered to the King of Romania, but after it was built, it had to be stored away because World War II came around and the Nazis came into France and started stealing everything of value. And well, a Bugatti is probably the first thing they would try to get their hands on. Bugatti had particularly made this car for royalty only, so they made these cars very large, flamboyant.
Well, what color is your Bugatti?
This 2-seater open body was made with no headlights, as it was meant to be only driven in the daytime. Fast forward to 1954, it was then sold to someone in Florida. After that, Volkswagen got wind of it being in the US and purchased the car for $20 million back in 1999. In a little old shack down in Southern California, the tale of the long-lost Shelby Daytona Coupe finally comes to an end. Shelby built 6 racing Daytona Coupe GTs in 1964, 5 of which were sent off to Europe to race, except one. Not only was it the only one that stayed back, it was the only one that was hand-built by Carroll Shelby himself. It stayed back to dominate the racing scene in the United States, and in the process, it set several racing records. After the car was retired, it changed owners a few times, then landed in the custody of a very private woman named Donna O'Hara. And in the mid-1970s, the woman and the car completely vanished. Until Donna apparently lit herself on fire. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. We could probably talk about that in a different video, but that's crazy. Donna's mom actually found the missing Shelby locked away in a shack. After years of being locked away, the car later sold for $4 million big ones. That's right. Yep. The mom came up. She came up. Although it was repaired and partially restored in 2004, it retains most of its original components and finishes. It now resides in Philadelphia at some automotive museum. Back in 1980, this legendary Ferrari F40 was cruising down the streets of Iraq. The owner, well, he went by the name of Saddam Hussein. Yep, the dictator. Actually, it was his son, Uday Hussein, who is known for having an extremely large car collection of up to 1,000 supercars. But one day, Uday decided to wild out and cause chaos in the streets of Iraq, and his dad actually ordered to burn down his entire car collection. But only recently, as of 2019, pictures started circulating online of this dusty looking F40 with missing parts, dirt in the motor, dirt in the interior. It was completely abandoned. People started questioning it and connecting the dots. Later to find out it was one of Uday's cars that survived the burn. He kept this one hidden away. He said, no way, the F40 is not the one. We're not burning this one. He could burn the Porsches, the Lambos, but not the F40. After the news made its way throughout the whole car community, every Ferrari collector and their mamas began searching for it. They ultimately found it, and it sold for $1 million to a car collector in the Middle East. I think something we could all relate to is buying a car, then buying another one, and just buying your favorite cars all day, every day, and just amassing a car collection of 230 cars. Well, not really, but I mean, somebody out there watching, could probably could. And if one day you want to buy me a Porsche GT3 RS, I would appreciate it. This collection of 230 cars were secretly kept in 3 separate buildings for over 40 years. one being a church. Even the collector's neighbors of over 15 years did not have a clue, filled with Ferraris, Aston Martins, BMWs, Mercedes, all for the collector to only see. Up until recently, when the whole entire collection went into auction. Nuts. They don't really say what it was valued at, but I mean, I want to hear the guesses down below. It's probably crazy. It's a crazy number. The McLaren F1 chassis number 39 is very much still one of the most fascinating car mysteries out there. McLaren only made 106 of these McLaren F1s, and when then McLaren CEO Ron Dennis ordered his custom one, his wife hated it. She hated it. She wanted it gone. It was a brown with red interior, topped with gold wheels. She made him get rid of it and build a new one. Talk about toxic, like damn. He ended up with the silver F1. But what happened to the chassis number 39, the original brown F1? Well, shortly after, in 1997, chassis number 39 made its way to Sinaloa, Mexico, baby, where it was bought and owned by El Chapo. Yes, the infamous mafia boss. But sometime in 2001, there was a war down in Culiacan, which caused a lot of chaos and ruckus, and eventually the car was never seen again. There's a lot of rumors of what actually happened to the car. Some say it's made its way down to Colombia. Others say it was shot and blown up. But honestly, I think the car is still somewhere down in Sinaloa. There's a lot of speculation of what actually happened to this car, but no one really knows. I think it's rotting away like some sort of treasure, either underground or in a barnyard. There's mountains everywhere. It could honestly be somewhere in the mountains, just hidden away in some crazy underground collection. And it's crazy to think that one day this McLaren might make its rounds again when the right person finds it. So this wasn't actually a barn find yet, but in the near future, it could be. I want to know what happened. I want to hear more about this car. If you have any information about the McLaren F1, which I doubt, leave them in the comments down below. Actually, I want to hear all the conspiracies. And if there's any barn finds that I actually did miss that weren't on this list, because I think, honestly, this is the craziest top 5 barn finds on the internet. But if you think otherwise, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll do another one for part 2. But that's about it for today's video, guys. If you guys haven't already, make sure to smack a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe to Exotic Rubber for the best car content on YouTube. Until next time, guys, this has been Fonzie, and I'm out. Peace.